Hello and welcome back to Captain of Industry. So, we have a few things we need to deal with today. As you could see, there our power briefly topped out and went over our 4.8 megawatt limit. So we have a power problem. We are currently burning 6 diesel generators to generate the power we need to power everything. Which is fine, except I noticed this. We have used about 2/3 almost of our crude oil reserves. That's not brilliant. That's not brilliant at all. So this oil reserve here is almost depleted. I think I was put into a false sense of security by the size of the reserve and the amount of rigs, drilling rigs we could have put on it. Drilling rigs, pumping rigs, pumps. The amount of pumps we could have put on it. I think I was put into a false sense of security. I thought it would last for ages. It has not. It is getting quite low, and as soon as that oil's gone, we have no diesel for our trucks, we have no power. So that's a bit of a problem for us. So I said before I wasn't too fussed about going into coal power, but coal power is the way we need to go. That being said, this coal mine over here is slowly depleting, so we will need to quite rapidly get into this massive coal mine we have over here and start tapping the reserves we have over there. There is also another massive oil reserve down there, but we have no way of getting to the bottom of the crater at the moment, so that's not really a goer for us. How are they doing over here? L, thank you. They're doing pretty good. They just start turning the corner. So that's one massive problem we have. We also have, I'm actually going to even pause the game for this, we also have not enough maintenance going on, which is a bit bad, but actually isn't too big of a problem, because we can upgrade these to the maintenance depots 2s. Maintenance depot 2s. Where is the maintenance depots? Here. So the maintenance depot basic, which is what we currently have, that takes 6 mechanical parts and 3 electronics and makes 105 maintenance. The maintenance depot takes 24 and 12, so 4 times as much. Some very basic maths there, but you get 480 maintenance, so you actually get more bang for your buck there. Rather than the assembly 2s, which just generate the same amount but faster at the same ratio, this actually gives you more maintenance. So that's something we're going to be doing straight away. The water reserves are doing pretty good, but they won't last forever. As we start tapping into them more and more, that's going to become a bit of a problem for us. So that's not great either. Workers are fine. Our ship has no orders. Our ship, where is he currently? Up here. So we also need to look at getting this very, very soon. We need the oil rig up and running, because we've got our cargo ship, and I believe the way it works is if we get the oil rig unlocked, then we will be able to, how would you say, go home? Are you already going home? You're going home. I think you're going home because I told you to do that. We will be able to then deliver oil back to our base and use that as an oil source, which would be very, very nice. To do that, however, we currently have a dock for our main ship, which is brilliant. We do not have a dock for the cargo ship, so that is over here. We unlocked this, I think, in the last video. So the shipyard, we can just get rid of that little mark there. The cargo depot we have here, and I think, yeah, these all plug into the cargo depot. So we have a cargo depot. Where's the cargo depot going to go, though? I had a bit of a look at this before, and there isn't a lot of places we can fit the cargo depot. We could maybe fit it in over here, but it wouldn't give us a lot of room to attach the things we need. I don't think it will go over there. No, we can't fit it in over here because of the shape of the land, and also because it conflicts with the other resources over there already. We can't fit it in there. So I think down here, at some point it should go green. Is it facing the wrong way? There we go. At some point it will go green. Well, that also means actually I was facing it the wrong way over here. So is there any over here it would fit? No, and it definitely doesn't fit over here anywhere, does it? No. And I'm trying over here, but I really wouldn't want it over there anyway, because I don't think it'll give us enough room to pipe out the resources we need. So I don't really want it to go over there, even though it would fit in a few of those places. Over here, though, if we are using it mainly for oil... Hello. Hello. Where's the green gone? Over there. That's weird. Like, it wouldn't go there at all, and then it went green over there, and now it will fit over here. At least it does mean it's near to our current sort of oil production area, which is something. Oops, accidentally clicked off. So let's pop this down wherever we can. Come on, come back. Where are you? Hello? And I kind of want it over to the side a bit. If we can get that back again. It's being very finicky, this, isn't it? It doesn't want to go green at all now. Why don't you want to go green at all now? It's because our ship's come back. Somehow conflicting with it. Oh, come on. Come on now. You were working. Everyone saw you working. Everyone saw you working. I have no idea why it's being a pain all of a sudden. What? I don't... Try and reset it by flicking it. Just come off and come back on. Oh, it was there for a brief second. It was there. Let's try that again. Right, I'm just going to put it there. It's just going to go there. That's fine. Excellent. We're going to unpause that so that can get built. And we will need, at the very least, the fluid module as well. It only has 2 modules that you can have, actually. But we'll put the fluid one on there and we'll unpause that. We could quick deliver it, but there's not a lot of point in quick delivering it because we don't have the ship back yet anyway. So, one problem sort of solved. One problem on its way to be rectified, we should probably say. I did update my wonderful spreadsheet. I'm just going to flick over to the other laptop. Have a look at that. So yeah, water is obviously going down, dirt's going down, coal's going down. Iron, we're at a negative for iron, it says, because we're using them for construction parts, mechanical parts, and vehicle parts. And the construction parts, the mechanical parts, and the vehicle parts aren't always on the go. But we are going to be using more mechanical parts very soon, because we're about to ramp this up. The other thing that I saw that we are a bit low on is slag. So we use slag over in the concrete over here. We use it to make slag crushed, and we actually have less slag being produced than we are using over here, so that's not great either. But I think first things first, we need to get the maintenance sorted. That's the first thing first. Even though these are going to use more power, like over twice as much power, we cannot have that going down. So I'm going to upgrade and quick deliver both of these, use up some of that unity because we've got loads in the store. So let's get those done and try and solve this maintenance problem. I think that is our first priority. It might mean that we then need to up our our mechanical and electronics development. Let's have a quick look over here. We have plus 22 and plus 16 in terms of mechanical and electronics. How much more are we using? We've gone from 3 to 12, so we're using an extra 9, so we're using an extra 18 electronics. So we're now not making enough electronics, and we're using an extra 1836 mechanical parts. We're also not making enough mechanical parts all of a sudden, which is a bit of a pain because it means we'll need to change this. We'll have to put this over to mechanical parts and belt it into here, and then move another vehicle one maybe up here out the way somewhere, because that only uses iron anyway. Excellent. Anyway, maintenance should be somewhat sorted. I'm going to put this on a priority 4 because it is super important, although everything is being delivered anyway. That should help that, but we do need, I think, to get some more of these on the go, although power is a problem still. But let's get this down here. Let's belt this up to here, unpause that to get some more electronics on the go, and then this one, don't pause, this one we are going to stop doing vehicle parts. We are going to delete the belt before I forget. We are going to put you over to, we're going to upgrade you to start with, and we might as well quick deliver that, and then we're going to put you on mechanical parts. And then we're just going to take a copy of you. We're going to pop you in like over here. You are going to be making vehicle parts, not mechanical parts. Oh wait, did we have... So we didn't have the mechanical parts and the electronics belted into the vehicle production, even though it's just there. Well, that's a bit poor of us, isn't it? That's a bit poor of us. We're going to bring this one in over here. Put it in line with everything else. That'll be nice. We're going to unpause both of these. We're going to belt this up to here. We are going to set this one to empty. That one should then fill up once it has somewhere to go. I'm just going to quick remove this just so we can... Did I accidentally... There we go. And then this needs to be belted in over here. Like that. I suppose we could have gone straight. Hang on a second. Let's try. See if we can get it in. We just go over there. It's a bit higgledy-piggledy. That's fine. We're just going to do that. It's a slightly shorter belt, isn't it? Awesome. Right. So we also need to unpause that conveyor. We also need to bring the iron in over here. So this uses mechanical and electronics. We may as well... This is electronics, isn't it? So we may as well bring electronics in. Over here. And this is mechanical. So if we bring mechanical in over here, bring it up one. Like that, and then unpause all of that. That's automated our vehicle parts. Lovely. Okay, cool. And we need to unpause that as well. Right. So that will help our maintenance production, which is now ticking up, which is nice because that was getting low, and if we ran out of maintenance, it's a problem. So the next problem we have is looking for the ship. Have you... You should be loading up. Why are you paused? Don't pause. Oh, you've already done. You're already done. Don't pause. Unpause. I want you to start producing oil. That's something we need to do. Can we then? How do we get? How does the cargo ship work? How does it work? Oh, it's over here. Okay. So can we click on you? There is nothing to pick up. Available to pick up crude oil. Depart now. Right. It's because there's not a lot there. That's fine. If I say, does it just automatically go? Is that how this works? Is that really only making like 18? Okay. Well, we need to see how this works really, don't we? So you go and do that. That's fine. You just tootle off there. By the time you get there should be a little bit more. We'll have to keep an eye on whether we need to do that manually every time. You are fully fueled, so let's have a look at the world map. Where do you need to go next? Where's sort of the next closest? There, I suppose, isn't it? You go explore over there. You should be on your way as well. Awesome. Right. So that is the oil problem on its way to being solved. What are you doing? You have copper. Why are you... I suppose you went down there to fuel and you had nowhere to take the copper, so you got a bit confused. That's fine. It might be worth... Well, what I think we will do is once we've got our power station... So I'm thinking up here for the power station. So the coal power is a little bit more complex than the diesel. It's a little bit more complex than the diesel. There are a few things we need. So we need a boiler to turn water and coal into steam. So let's get a boiler down. I'm thinking we're going to do this in this little space we have here. What are we currently cutting down in terms of wood? This bit over here. Okay, that's great. Once you've done that, we're going to start clearing out like this area a bit more and this area a bit more. So we can look at doing some coal stuff. Did you actually do that? Wrong one. I thought it would... There we go. Yeah, you did that. Fine. Cool. So yeah, so we need water and coal. Water, we have a source down here, so it's not too big a problem to pipe water up there. Coal is down here, but that's running out. But we do have another coal mine over here, which we will be utilizing very, very soon. So let's think. We're going to put this like here or over here. Let's put it over here, right? So where's the steam coming out? The water's coming in to the left. The steam's going out to the right. So we're going to pop that down. Just going to have another look where this is. Yeah, let's just pop this down like in this corner here. It's all in planning mode, so we can always change this if we should need to. That also produces exhaust, so it is going to need a smokestack. We also have a large smokestack available now, but we'll just stick with these ones for now. It's fine. It's fine. You are not rotated the right way. There. So we have a boiler producing steam. Then under power production, we have a high pressure turbine. That takes in steam and turns it to mechanical energy and produces some low pressure steam, which I don't think we can do anything with. If we just pop back over here a second, we are getting 48 steam. So we need, back into power production, we need 2 of these. And I believe, and this may go horribly wrong, I believe the way this works is where you can see the mechanical symbols on the left and right, you just sort of plug machines up. I don't know if there's a way of us transporting mechanical energy other than having something directly connected. So, we come down here, come down here. So do we want this going this way or do we want it going up? I might go for up. So let's row. Oh, that's the wrong button. That's the wrong button. Let's go back over here and then back to high pressure turbine. I wanted to flip it. So I wanted the steam coming in on the left because that's where that is over there anyway. So we're going to pop this down. We're going to give it a little bit of space just for fun. So we need 2 of these. And I think they can go just like that. Excellent. So they export 24 low pressure steam. So we're going to need another smokestack, which can handle 60. So I might actually, for the first time... Actually, I need to, because we can't put it right next to it, because it is higher for the first time ever. So we need a pipe. And then we're going to connect this one down here, and this one in there. Excellent. That is connected up. So we are now making 12 mechanical energy. So the next thing we need is the power generator. They take 3 mechanical energy and turn it into electric. So we need 4 power generators. And you can see these just have the mechanical symbols. We can go 1, 2, 3. We can go for the rocks, can't we? Yeah. 4. Because we are making 6. They use 3 each. So it's 2 generators per turbine. Excellent. So that should make us up to 8 megawatts, which should be plenty. So that in itself is enough. However, the way these work is they have, although we can't quite see it yet, they have an efficiency meter. So it can produce up to this much, but it takes a while to spin up, and then it'll spin itself down again when there's no power requirements. So there will be excess power being produced at certain times. And because it takes a little while to spin up, if we suddenly go from like 5 to 6 megawatt requirements, these won't kick in immediately. So you need something to capture that power. You need something to capture that potential energy that these are generating and store it somewhere. And that we do in flywheels, which are basically massive, heavy wheels, which look a little bit like this. And we're going to have... Should we have just 4 of these just for fun? Let's just have 4 of them. Yeah, why not? I don't know how many we really need, but we'll go with 4 because we've got 4 generators. So these massive wheels will be spun by the excess energy, mechanical energy these are generating, and the spinning of these wheels will then be able to turn these and release the energy captured in this when it's needed. I think that's how it works. The other thing we want to do, this is where the efficiency is, because it's in terms of generating the steam. The other thing we want to do is turn on auto balance, which automatically pauses the generation of steam when the shaft is nearly fully charged to save input product from being wasted. That is what we want. What does it say at the bottom there? Keep in mind, when turbine starts, it takes some time to get to full power. So it's the turbine that takes time to get to power. I think these also take time to spin up as well. But we want auto balance on for both of those as well. And then the last thing we need is we need a pipe going from here to here. Perfect. And then we need coal and water for this. So what I'm thinking is we will give this its very own groundwater pump, which we'll put in about here. And then we will just have a massive pipe, which we're going to come in here. We're going to immediately go up to level 3. And then there's going to be a tree right in the way. Okay. So, then we're going to come down over here. I'm going to come down. I just don't want it to be too bendy. Come down over here. There's another tree in the way. So we'll come over here. And into there. So it has water coming in. It then needs coal. It's going to be important it has coal. So we're going to put a bucket down right about here. We are going to belt that up with a U-shaped belt, which is going to go into here. And we are going to put this to coal. And we're going to say keep this full as much as possible. And that will be our power generation. So let's do that. And then let's see. We're going to need the pump. Quick delivery is not allowed for this type of structure. Is it not? It really isn't. Okay, that's fine. We will get the pipe done then. Do I not have the construction parts for this or something? Construction parts 1. I don't have the construction parts for this. I think what we need to do with construction parts is change this bit here. So I'm going to delete this. And I'm going to put in like that. So then rather than all of the construction parts being able to be used by the Mark II generators or producers, it will only put half of the ones we're producing over here. And what we will do at some point is we will also upgrade these to level 2s, so we are then utilizing more, which is going to up our iron usage. So we do need to think about utilizing... In fact, our iron is very, very low. So that is the next problem we have. Luckily, we already have these built and ready to go. So we know that one of these can support 2 of these. So let's just very quickly, we'll do this. Copy this one and put this here. We will copy the molten channel belt. We will bring this to there, which is now facing the wrong way. I think, yeah, there we go. There is a way of flipping it. You can just press F to flip it. And we'll pop that over there. And then we will unpause all of that. And we can't Unity build it because it uses construction parts Mark 1. Okay, fine. And then we can unpause this one. That being said, our iron ore was getting very low last time. It is now looking better. That's because we've got 2 digoramas over here working on that. Build a boiler and connect it to a groundwater pump. Well, usually it does that before you've produced it, right? But not this time. That's fine. That's fine. So construction parts Mark 1 are being a problem for us. We've got a little bit of extra Unity, so I'm going to boost that one as well. What are you waiting for? What are you out of? It's the iron. It's the iron. You're out of iron. Okay, so I'm going to prioritize these. And we can quick deliver that. We can quick deliver that. And we can quick deliver that. Then I'm going to unpause this so it's ready to go. And then we need these to be making construction parts as fast as possible so they can be going over here. Construction part 2 is also now incredibly low because we have been using them to build all of these lovely bits. Which is getting there, and it's looking nice. And we do need that to solve our power problem. It says that we are technically have more of an option for power because it has built the generator, but it's not connected to anything yet. So actually, I wouldn't really say we have that power available to us. It's a little bit misleading. All right. So we need that. Oh, our cargo ship is coming back. It has got 440 crude oil. Excellent. So that should now connect up to this bit, I guess. Yeah. That's very nice. That's very nice. I'm a big fan of that. That, I guess, will then go into here, which can only hold 120. In fact, it looks like that comes with crude oil. So that's got 100 and... Oh, it can hold 220. But it is filling up now. But it's... Yeah, it looks like it came with crude oil. That's odd. Anyway, that means we need to pipe this into this pipe here. Just go straight. Just go straight. Okay, so I had the old crashing problem again. The GPU driver managed to crash OBS, my recording software, again. So I have popped back to the last available autosave. It was 2 minutes before it crashed, so we've lost a little bit of stuff. I say 2 minutes when I noticed it crashed. I don't know how long it was crashed for exactly, but the previous autosave was like 15 minutes before that. So the only thing I think I've done in your wonderful absence is I set up a pipe. So I've got a pipe Mark II going from here into the storage containers, and a pipe Mark I connecting these over to here. Once we have our power up and running over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change, where am I looking? Over here. I'm going to put a balancer in here. Our first balancer will be used, and it's going to connect these pipes and these pipes and this pipe over to the refineries here for the diesel generation. And is this one actually completely empty now? Almost. You know, I'm just going to get... No, I don't need to get rid of it because I didn't want to put it there because the oil field was there, but the oil field's almost empty, so that's not really a concern, is it? You'll put a balancer in so it will prioritize oil coming from the ship rather than coming from the oil field, because that is down to 31%. So we were on 36% when we started this video, so we have lost 5% in about 25 minutes or so, which is not good. So we really need this up and running sooner rather than later, but our construction parts are still being a problem. So I think you saw me do this. If you didn't, I have added in another blast furnace. I have added 2 more smelters. They are not connected to the output belts. That's not ideal. Let's unpause both of those. How much do these... No, don't pause. Don't pause. Unpause. They produce 12, so these are doing 36. So just make sure the belt isn't getting overloaded there. This belt over here, however, will be. So what I'm going to do here is, well, not necessarily all the time, but if they're all producing at max speed, it will be overloading that little section of belt that goes in there. So let's do that, and then we'll delete that, and then that will help ease that problem. Right. Does that mean we also need to start thinking that this belt is going to become overloaded? It probably is, isn't it? Because they're getting 9. Well, what's their standard? They get 4.5. So it's 9, 18. Oh, yeah. No, that belt can only carry 60. And we have got many more things coming in than that. So we will probably need to get a second belt coming out of here, feeding these things at some point. The only good thing we have is that these are not active all the time. They're dependent on whether the storage is filled or not. Electronics is almost full as well, and that doesn't even take iron, so that's not really a concern, is it? Construction parts, where are we? I'm going to move the 4s up here, move the copper next to the iron, just to try and make this a little bit more sensible. We'll put the fuel with the coal, we'll put the ores together, we'll put this about here, the potatoes. We don't really need the potatoes anymore, actually, so can we... potatoes, 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 potatoes. Where are you, potatoes? Let's get rid of potatoes. We don't care about seeing potatoes anymore. So construction parts are slowly going up. Excellent. We really need this over here built. So actually, I'm going to prioritize this. Prioritize this. In fact, we can quick build that little bit. Let's do that. Can we quick build the rest of this? No, but it is prioritized. And then let's prioritize this as well, just so we're trying to get this done before we get the power stuff done, wherever that is over here, which is getting there. I didn't have a exhaust is full because it doesn't have that yet. That's fine. We can wait. We're not in any massive rush for this. It would be very nice to have, but it's a nice to have rather than a requirement. So... being unsure of what I talked about before we lost the recording, the other things I want to get done today is I want to fix this belt system over here so that one of the goods coming out doesn't block. So if this one has potatoes in it, which it doesn't currently, but if it had potatoes in it, it wouldn't be able to get the potatoes out because this belt is blocked. That one's growing wheat, that one's growing potatoes. So yeah, when this one gets it on, in fact, this is the only one which is okay, isn't it? Because this one, the potatoes can come straight out into the potato storage. Although the potato storage is getting very full. But, yeah, problems for another day, right? Problems for another day. So, we want the ship to go and do something. You can go and explore. In fact, can we send you to... I'm going to tell you to go over there because it's completely... well, it's not full, but I'm going to go and get you over there getting some of that stuff as well. Just to try and... it'll then dump it into the store so people have to manually move it back and forth, but needs must, I think. Needs must. So what else do we want to be doing? We want to be putting all of these on a lower priority. So we're going to put these on a priority 14. Why are we doing that? We are doing that because when we get the other power up and running, we are going to keep these as a backup. We're not going to get rid of them, but we want it to be prioritizing this over the rest of it. So the high pressure turbine needs a transport to output steam low. You will have that. That is being built. That is getting there. And then this should all be priority 9, priority 10. Yeah, so those are all a higher priority than the diesel pump, diesel generators even. So they will be working faster. Yeah, those connectors can be connected. That's absolutely fine. That is dirt is getting full. That's absolutely fine. Right, so what else do we need to do today? We need to think about coal, because as we mentioned, our coal is getting low. And also, when we're taking coal from here, we need to drive it all the way up here, put in this bucket over here, which isn't ideal. We do have this coal section over here. Small excavator has no fuel. Will you go and... you won't go get fuel, but will the fuel truck... where is our fuel truck? It is there. It is going over there. Is that one too far away for it to refuel? Let's just watch what it does when it comes back. It's going over there, so hopefully it'll get there. It's just I think that it's a little bit overloaded. Maybe we need to assign another fuel truck. We'll see. We'll see if that pops up again. Right, so how are we doing? This is still being built. Has this been built? This has literally just been built. We can see we have these two tanks. They are now full. And this one over here is empty. So we can tell it to go and pick up the oil that's in the oil rig, but our lovely ship is already here anyway. That should be picking up all the stuff. If we tell it to load cargo, which apparently we have to do manually, it should start taking out any of the stored stuff. How do we know how much stuff are... Because it's coming in. Oh, we can hit load cargo and tell it to do it again. How do we say go home? How do we tell our ship to come back home? Do we do it from the dock? How do we tell our ship to come home? I don't want it to wait there till it's full, because that's going to take days. Ship go home. Oh, just say go home over there. That's how I do it. Right, so he should be coming back with a little bit of oil now in stock. This one over here can then go and depart now. What is that one exporting? What? Oh, it's importing. So that's the diesel that comes in to fuel the ship. That's fine. Right, so this is all built. That is absolutely rammed with oil, which is lovely. Right now, though, however, it's only offsetting these ones. I wonder if we can just pause these 3 for the moment. How did it not? I think I paused and then unpaused the same one. Let's pause those 3 because we are down to 28%. We started on 36%, so we've used 8% of our reserves. And there should be a good chunk of oil in here, which will be able to... What did you just delivered diesel, I guess, which should be able to offset whatever we are not now producing there. What we really need now is all of this to be done. We are waiting on construction parts Mark II. We only currently have 8 of those. We do have a few more construction parts Mark I, however. They are being produced quite nicely. They are still coming down. Iron is now constantly coming in, so we have solved our iron problem. That is good. I don't really want to do a lot of building until we have that power up and running, ideally. How are you doing in terms of bread? You are almost full of bread. Do we need to think about getting more? Why are you not working? Because your animal feed is full. I'd forgotten that there was a thing. I'd forgotten that there was a thing you had. Storage. Oh, we've just gotten storage 2 research. Look, that's nice. But that means we've got to build them, which is more of a problem. So for now, we're going to go with a... Where does it go? Into this? It goes into unit storage. Rather than using up construction parts Mark II, which we're low on because we're using them, we will just use a standard storage container. We'll pop that down there. And then this is unfortunately going to use construction parts Mark II. But hey diddly ho, what you're going to do? Is that the right belt type? No, animal feed is there. Wait, so does this store animal feed or am I wrong? I was looking at the wrong thing, I feel. I totally was. Totally was. Glad I picked up on that. Let's get rid of that. We want loose storage for animal feed. So we'll pop that one down there. And then a U-shaped conveyor going from there to there. And then we will unpause those. Excellent. Right. So once that's done, the animal feed will come out and then that will carry on going. We might have to think about just dumping the animal feed, possibly. They're actually using the water here. I don't really know where they're taking the water. So I think everything that needs water is piped into water. But they're taking it from somewhere, so bless them, they're doing good. They're doing good. Construction parts Mark II have just plummeted. That's because someone's just gone and collected them and taken them over to here. How are we doing? We are so close. Can we Unity? We can quick deliver that. What about this? We can't quite quick deliver this because we need another few construction parts. We're nearly there, though. We can see, though, this is now generating power for us. So these are spinning only when they're needed, though. They should both be on auto balance. They are. We can see that this one here is spinning itself up. It is generating the mechanical power, which is turning these when it's needed. There we go. Some of them kicking in right on cue. And any excess mechanical energy that isn't being used to produce electricity is going into these, and these are storing that over there. Excellent. So that should mean that, oh my word, where are we? I'm getting myself so confused. That these are barely burning. That would be wrong. Production, what, just change all the priority down to 14. Is that what's doing it? The lower the number, the higher the priority. Yeah, so I'm going the right way. I had a moment of panic there. I thought I was going the wrong way. So they're all priority 14. So they shouldn't be burning if we have energy over here. And this is all done now. So this should be able to fulfill all of our energy needs. And that's priority 6. So it should be prioritizing all of this. Over the diesel generators. I'm not entirely sure why it's not. So what I might do then is I might just pause all of those. And we should see all of this kick in. Oh, hold on. I see one of the problems. One of the problems is we never connected this to this. So this produces 48 and they use 24. Okay, that was very silly of me. That was very silly of me. Boop. And then let's quick deliver that. So we only had one of these working, so we could only actually run 2 of those at a time. That should now be solved. This should now be kicking in. Excellent. And we should be able to produce up to 8 megawatts. Our coal is full, so that's not a problem. Water is maybe a problem. Well, this has no power, so let's make this a higher priority. Which should mean it will start using power. And I think that is now all kicking in. I think they were delivering water there because no water was getting there. But we're still having power problems. Do I need to double this all up and have more of these? That's what it's feeling like, isn't it? You're currently producing no power. Why not? Why did you not kick in sooner? You've got coal coming in. You've got water coming in. I think it is the water, because that's the thing which is taking a while to get up. Why is water taking so long? It's because this keeps saying it hasn't got any power. But that's on a high priority, so it should be. So what we'll do over here is we'll say trucks can bring goods in. Because that's such a high priority, they should be bringing water in. Hopefully. And then once we get power sorted, this should be kicking out up to 60 water a minute. Which should be more than enough for this. And this should be making a little store of water, if anything. But we've got these bringing in some water now as a backup. Excellent. That's what we wanted to see. Hopefully that will solve that problem. Excellent. Mine control tower has no place to dump. This brings us on to something else I was going to talk about today. So our dumping down here has been completed. So we have a couple of options here. One is we could continue expanding out here, so we can expand the town out in this direction. However, we could also expand the town out in this direction a little bit. If we move that belt, we could get another one in there. So that's an option. Because the other thing we have to maybe start thinking about is that we only have so many resources on our island. We've got iron there and iron there, coal there, copper there. But once we are out of these irons, well, then we've got no iron available to us. And everything else is on another island. So this one over here has oil, iron, and copper. And coal, actually. This one over here is a massive coal reserve. So I'm thinking we might need to start considering that we need to start going elsewhere. In fact, there is a little bit of coal at the back of the island. So we do have more coal available to us there and iron there. But it's not really immediately accessible. So what we could do is we could set this as a dumping ground to bridge this. And then what I think I want to do after that is get this bridged over. So that at some point we can start thinking about coming over here. And getting the resources that are available there. Because we will need them at some point. But there is some here, which I guess is probably technically closer. I don't know. Let's do that. I like the idea of bridging this. So let's go dumping designation. We will go from... We will go flat for starters. Thank you. And then if we come across here like this... In fact, do we want it to go... That's quite deep there, isn't it? So maybe if we say come out to like here... And then, which way is this going? I want you to be connected to this. And then rotate you. So you come down to, I mean, 0? Is 0 going to be sea level? 0 is sea level. We don't want 0. We can go to 1 though, right? Then we can go to 1. That's the one thing we didn't want was that. The one thing we didn't want. We want it to be flat. We want to come from there. And then just come all the way along here. Like that. Which will give us a lovely little bridge. For us to get over to that part of the island. Is that a silly idea? I don't know, it might be. But I figure we're going to need to get access to those other resources at some point. So, there are mining designations outside of a mine tower. This one has nothing to mine. That's absolutely fine. Because what we can just do is just pause you. We can take your goodies off. You no longer need those. Because we now have our excellent little bridge. And in fact, there is more to mine. So, hold on. Unpause. Give you the excavator and 3 trucks back. And then is that... Yeah, because that's a dumping designation. So let's get rid of all the dumping designations. I think we've done all the dumping we need to. And then we'll do mining designation. I'll go like that. Rotate you that way. Why is that? What is going on there? You're going in a very weird direction. I don't want you to do that. I want you to do that. Yeah, and that should give you a little bit of mining to do there. Excellent. There are some mining designations outside of... okay, that's you. Edit area. And you can just do that bit now. Okay. There are more mining designations outside of a mining area. It's not you. 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 Did I tell that to be a mining thing rather than a dumping thing? No, because they're coming over to dump. So they're starting that, which is great. I don't know where this is. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. That's dumping, not mining, although it does confusingly show you it regardless of which one you're on. So how do you tell the difference between dumping and mining? Suppose we can test it. We just grab a tower Let's say edit area. Oh, so this is not going to work, so then the other one won't have anything, will it? I'm just going to get rid of it, and we'll pretend we didn't see it, and everything's absolutely fine and hunky-dory. Alright then. Excellent. So, do we need to start worrying about coal? Is that an immediate concern? Maybe. Once this digger over here has finished, or this excavator we should say, once he has finished digging this up, we can then change this tower to be doing this one over here. That is going to need a few parts, but our parts are going up, which is lovely. That is absolutely lovely. Our ship is back, and our cargo container is back as well. We should probably just send him off to do that, because he is empty. Off you go. There we go. Now he's off. We might want to think about... We could actually just upgrade these, couldn't we? That's something we could do. Power seems to be okay now that everything has sorted itself out over here. So I think that will be okay. We'll just have to keep a bit of an eye on it. So what we do want to do over here, now that the power has been sorted, is sort out these pipes. So let's just get rid of that. We'll 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 get rid of that. We're just going to get rid of all of it. We're just going to get rid of that. We're 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 going to get rid of that. And we'll get rid of... Probably getting rid of too much, but it'll do for now. Let's just quick remove. Perhaps we can just use the Unity button, can't we? Right. So how much we got in here now? 26%. Not a lot at all. So let's do transports, and we want a pipe balancer. So we're going to put this here. We then want these three coming into a single pipe. So we have 60 coming in there. We want these three coming into a single pipe. And we want this one coming into its own pipe. That's fine like that. And then we want to say, prioritize this one coming in. That is our priority. And then we want... I'll put this actually right next to the coal bit. Are we too concerned about that? I suppose I could just do that one, couldn't I? This connected to there, because they only use... Oh, it uses 54, actually. So actually, a single pipe can't handle all of that. So we're going to do that. And we're going to take one from here and pop it over there. Does a balancer have... No, it doesn't have an amount it can deal with. But what this is going to say now is this... Let's just unpause all of this. And what I actually want to do, thinking about it then, if these need 108 oil coming into them, we need to upgrade this pipe. Because at the moment, this pipe will never be able to handle everything coming out of here, will it? We'll never be able to handle what it needs to put into here. So what we actually need to do is upgrade this pipe to a pipe Mark II. Is that something we can do? Yes, we can. It's going to take 24 construction parts, and that goes all the way down there. That's fine. We're going to quick deliver it. This one we're going to Unity build. And then once that's done, we're going to upgrade that one as well, and we're going to Unity build that. So now this pipe can handle up to 180. So now there is enough coming in from this pipe that it can satisfy the needs of these two. Let's just get all of this built. And we'll be using the oil field resources as and when we need them. But hopefully, all being well, we should see that this pipe here is transporting all the goods that it needs, and these will just back up as long as there is oil in these. You are full. We need to upgrade these two. Let's quick deliver those. So that goes from 180. How big is it once it's done? We'll just look down here, shall we? 180 to 360. So it's a flat double upgrade. That's nice. So we'll get that done. And we should see the ship then empty super, super fast. Super, super fast. It should be throwing oil out of this at nobody's business, because that's a pipe Mark II. It's getting there. It's getting there. Anyway, so I think that is how that should be. We're just going to double check that in, which is this one here, is the priority. In fact, you can see this pipe is chucking in the oil, and all of these are inactive because nothing is being taken from these pipes, which is exactly what we want to see. Awesome sauce. These are all paused. They're doing nothing. That's fantastic. What else do we need to worry about? We need to think about wrapping the video up, actually. So we never got these belts done, and we never got the coal mine going, but that isn't the end of the world. We do have our power sorted, which is the main problem we had, and we have our oil problem sorted as well. Right, this has now finished. So now I'm going to just leave that tower over there. We're going to go to mining and get rid of that because we don't need that. And I think we're just going to use this. Can we just use this tower over here? Does it matter that this tower is miles away? Is that a concern? In fact, no, we're going to leave it. We're going to leave it. We're going to do that next. I was going to get myself all excited and doing stuff, but it's not really a priority, is it? Our copper is backed up. We've got lots of copper in storage. What is it that you're not... Why are you not running? Because you're waiting for coal. We need to give you a coal bucket. We need to try to remember to do that next time, because we shouldn't be doing it now. We should be focusing. This is now working full time. This is using 48 water. So if we wanted to get another set of this up and running, we would have to double up the water we have coming in. Do we have... We have a seawater pump. But I'm guessing we can't chuck seawater into the boiler, which would be nice. There is... Oh, we've got all this extra oil stuff to look at as well. That's something else for us to worry about. There is a desalinator, but I'm guessing we haven't... Oh, we need to give our people power as well, so we get even more unity. Basic desalination. There is a... Oh, the distiller. A basic distiller. Where's the distiller? It's going to be in metallurgy and smelting? No. Power reduction? No. Basic distiller. There it is. So that will take... That's what we've already used, in fact. That will take seawater and coal and turn it into water. It's going to use coal again, which isn't fantastic. But at some point... this source is going to run out, and in fact it is already down to 83%, so that is something we need to worry about. Distilling stage 1 takes crude oil and steam and turns it into oil and sour water. Distilling stage 2 takes medium oil and steam and turns it into diesel and light oil. What do you do with the... medium oil and heavy oil, and that uses medium oil to light oil. So what do you do with the heavy oil and the light oil? The sour water, I'm guessing you just chuck into the ocean. But yeah, we need to... I think we need to start thinking about doing this as well, because I'm assuming that makes 36 diesel from... Oh, in fact, does it? Because it uses 48. That uses... Yeah, so 36 diesel from 54. That does 24 from 54. So that is a more efficient method of generating diesel. We will need to use steam, however, which was a boiler, which also uses 30 coal. So I'm sure that it is more efficient to do it that way. I'm sure. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. It must be, right? Otherwise, why would it exist as a thing? He is finally emptied and he is back off on his route. We might need to think about building some more storage. What, did you just deliver oil there? I mean, but where from? Sorry, you taken... Or maybe you were delivering diesel. Maybe you were delivering diesel. Maybe I missaw that. Yeah, I think it's delivering diesel to fill it up. That's fine. We could actually quite easily pump that in because we are extremely busy as well. We don't really mind about mining trucks or refueling trucks, but we are moving coal around a lot. So maybe we'll get some more trucks. Anyway, I'm nattering on and I keep thinking of all these other things we need to do. Oh, we can collect these for AT construction parts. That's something we'll definitely do. So next time, we need to try and figure out this. Oh no, yeah, we need to get the coal mining up and running over here. We need to get this belt work down here sorted so we don't have this problem. We need to look at doing some basic distillation. Let's get rid of these. We got a few bits for that. That's lovely. We got a few bits for that. That's lovely. We'll get rid of that. 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 I will send the ship off now because I will probably forget later on. Let's send the ship. We've already got our guy going over there. So we don't really need to worry about that. So you can go explore that. Go explore that. Have fun. You enjoy yourself, my friend. And we probably need to think about getting some more research queued up, don't we? I don't know if we want ship weapons yet, but it's the next thing in this queue. And then we are going to have to start thinking about getting into gas combustion. Which takes water and heavy oil. So that's where we use the light and heavy oil, I guess. Does this use any of it? But no, we need to get oxygen for the steel smelting. And that produces steam. Because we only use the medium oil in the... Yeah, we use the medium oil. Yeah, we use the medium oil there. And we can burn off the heavy and light oil. But if we can use that in gas combustion instead... So that's 48 water. Oh, so that's basically what that's doing. Is that's rather than doing... Where's the boiler? So the boiler is 48 water and 30 coal. Gas combustion is 48 water and then the heavy oil. And if we just have a quick look over... I know I'm getting myself confused again. So... This makes 6 heavy oil and 12 light oil. And this uses 36. So we're going to have quite a lot of that. But I suppose we could have that as a priority recipe. And then have the... or prioritize that, put it into a... one of the things, one of the mergers. Prioritize the output from that over the other. Anyway, yeah, again, I'm doing it again. I'm getting myself very, very confused. We've done what we need to do today, some of what we need to do today. We will look at the belts, we'll look at the coal, we'll look at oil, and maybe we'll look at doing some gas boilers as well to replace the water boiler over there, because water could be a problem for us. Not to replace the water, to not utilize the coal, burning that. Anyway, fantastic stuff. Woo! We also have a lot of new buildings we haven't used, and a lot of that's going to be the stuff we've talked about, but we need to go through all those and just make sure that we are not missing anything there. He's already back. He is full of oil. We're just not getting rid of it fast enough. Nothing's filling up. It's not like that pipe's full. It's just how fast it can get it out of there. That's just the speed it goes at, I guess. It's the speed of this pump here. It'd be nice if that was faster. Anyway, right. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Hope you enjoyed this video. I am still very... Did you just deliver... You're delivering oil, aren't you? That's what you just did. Don't deliver oil there. We're going to turn that off. We don't want you delivering oil there. Stop it. You're wasting everyone's time. You're taking oil from... I'm sure you just delivered oil. Is there a way you can see job history? Because when they're delivering the diesel, they're going down here. But I'm sure they're delivering oil there, which means they're going up here, I guess. Taking the oil from the pumps and putting it in here, which is just not what we want at all, is it? Where are you going? Where are you going? You're getting diesel. Alright, that's fine. You get diesel. You're alright. Cool. Hope you enjoyed this. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, all those good things. Hello? What is happening? A pirate! We just had a pirate come after us. Oh, that's concerning. That's concerning. Oh, well, good thing we're researching weapons, I guess, isn't it? Because that's not great. Oof. Thought we were going to lose our ship for a second, and I was going to be very upset. I don't even know how you get another ship if yours gets blown up. I imagine it's very expensive. Right, stop it. Like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to stream on Wednesdays at 7:30 PM UK time. I'm trying to get this as fast as I can. Through this as fast as I can before I get distracted. Hopefully I will see you in the stream. If I don't see you in the stream, I will see you next time in Captain of Industries. And as always, thank you very much for joining me.